Yo, what's poppin' peeps? Welcome back to the channel. Zach Lesage here. Word up, we are live with our Glaceon kind of live deck profile. So it should be pretty cool there. Just making sure that I have my video settings all good. Yeah, no stream delay, no nothing. So we should be good there. Word. So what's poppin' peeps? Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful day. Today we're going to be covering over Glaceon VMAX. Now, Glaceon VMAX seems like it's going to be a pretty cool deck, very similar to kind of a Luke Metal deck. Now, I've done everything I could to build this deck as the best way I possibly could ever build this deck. So including things like Medicham V, because I think it's kind of like part Luke Metal, part Ice Rider, which makes it uniquely good. So Glaceon VMAX with Inteleon seems like it's a very good deck in general. We'll see if we run into some VMAX decks, if we're able to get around that, but we'll see. We're still exploring and experimenting with everything in our current format, so we'll see exactly how that goes. If anyone has any questions during the stream, feel free to ask me. Also, if you haven't already, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 5,400, about 2,100 shy of our 7,500 next kind of stretch goal, so that's where we're trying to get there. Yeah, the deck list should be awesome. Also, if anyone noticed, I have new transitions from PTCGO Zone, which I'm pretty happy about, showing the PTCGO Zone logo. And I have the new kind of updated background, so it's not going to be just a plain black background. So it should be pretty cool. Yeah, I'm excited to see how this deck works, so let's go ahead and see what we got going on here. So this is what we got going on for our deck list. Now you can see there is a Medicham hiding behind there, but that's the only card that it's really hiding at this point. Beyond that, it's very much a Glaceon VMAX deck, where we are using Crystal Veil to try to get around whatever we want to get around. Which one did you like most, Glaceon or Leafeon? Still undecided yet at this point. So I think the best way to run this deck is to focus on applying damage counter pressure with quick shooting, really working with Crystal Veil, stopping VMAX Pokemon, Max Icicle, 150, 30 to the bench, and then if you get the turn, you can go Melanie and power up a Pokemon V, which is Medicham V. So this seems like it's going to be pretty cool overall. To anyone who's having any trouble seeing the deck list or wants to see what the full deck list is, it is in the description below. While you're there, feel free to check out some of my Zach Lesage sponsors. Feel free to pick up like a Zach Lesage playmat or merch or anything else like that. All that stuff is really helpful for me as a content creator. So hopefully you get the opportunity to do that. And yeah, this is what we got going on for our list. I'm just gonna actually fix this a little bit so we can actually see a little bit more of the list. So give me 1 second. The Evolving Skies logo can totally get moved over here. And I have my webcam overlay that can actually get moved to just be like here. And then I have my camera that can totally go something like this. So I'm just trying to make sure that everyone can see more of the screen. So I think that works out actually much better. I'm not entirely sure, but it might work a little bit better there. I can still move that a touch and then go ahead and cut that out. So I've been learning a little bit more about OBS. So a little bit less of a Zach webcam, but more of a deck list. And I mean, who wants to be seeing the Zach webcam, right? Let's go this. I'm just gonna shorten that a little bit. So we should be good here. Hopefully everyone can see that. We're still good. Awesome. Perfect. So now we can see the deck list. I fixed the overlay and it is a wonderful day. So I'm really happy to be showcasing this deck. We're going to be playing some games. I'd love to be playing in some tournaments, but I just haven't had a lot of time yet at this point. And I don't think events have the new things. Perfect. Yeah, no, I literally, it's one of those things where I've been trying to update my overlay, and I think the overlay looks really great with the Zach Lesage logos and all the things that I've been doing. So product, just like general quality issues, I'm always on the lookout to try to fix and make it just the cleanest, nicest, like easygoing stream. So thank you so much for the feedback. I totally appreciate it. And I've been really working hard with myself and a group of designers, basically just improving everything that we possibly can with this stream. So I think it's cute. Awesome. So we got the deck list going on here. We can now see that the Medicham V exists. So the whole plan here is if we can ever get to a whole Yoga Loop turn where we've placed enough damage counters between Max Icicle and Quick Shooting, that we can go Yoga Loop and take an extra turn, which will give us access to other Inteleons. Then we can retreat back and maybe take an attack with Glaceon VMAX or something like that. The events have been updated? Okay. I thought you can't play Evolving Skies. So you can't, cards from the new set aren't playable until they've been out for 3 weeks. But I had to pick a different deck. So that's unfortunately, like it would be super cool to win some Evolving Skies packs. I might actually go ahead and try to win some packs later on. But it is one of those things where I'm not, I'd rather just be trying to grind out and playing in some versus ladder, because I do not play enough versus ladder. So let's go ahead here, see what we could do with the Glaceon match. And my phone is absolutely blowing up. I don't know, everyone's just like liking everything going on there, so awesome. Let's go ahead and click Glaceon Inteleon. So how's everyone's day going? Is everything going swell and all that good stuff? What's going on here, peeps? We're gonna call heads. We want to go first with this deck. Give our opponent the friendly hello, and yeah, let's go first. I think that sounds like the play. Going on with the ginger beer cold brew is amazing. We did not get an energy, which is really awkward. Maybe this deck needs more energy. That is something I have been considering. But it can be a little bit of a slower deck. So we're gonna start with the Glaceon V. I think that sounds fine. Hopefully our opponent gets us access to an energy. So we're playing against the Dark Toolbox deck. This should be tough. Yay, Toby, that's awesome. Glad to hear. Hopefully everything continues to be fine. I mean, we got a Drizzile, but like reasonably like meh. Sobble seems cool. Quick Ball for... The thing that's tough about this match is our opponent's really not playing any like VMAX Pokemon. So like, what are we reasonably supposed to be doing against a matchup like this? So this deck might be worse than Ice Rider. I'm actively trying to figure this out. So no energies. We're vibing. Maybe we need to play Call Energy. Call Energy might, or Capture Energy, sorry. That might be better in the deck. Maybe we'll look at this deck afterwards and see what we have available to us. Because I'm still unsure with some of the things that are going on in this current formats. I think that Dark Toolbox also got a lot of really good things going on with it, with Galarian Moltres V and being able to power those down from your hands. It seems okay in your Calyrex because of the 2 energy requirements, but this needs 3. But I'm also not discarding the energies. That's the reason why I decided to stick with the 8s. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm not discarding the energies. Now this is like twofold because we do not have Path to the Peak because that shuts off our ability, Crystal Veil, and we do not have access to a 2 energy attack. We do not have access to Path to the Peak to shut off our opponent's Pokemon. Glaceon VMAX legitimately might just be a worse version of Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX or Suicune V Inteleon. But as we kind of discover decks and new decks, we're going to see exactly what's going on, and that's really where I'm at with these decks. It's just, this is a new deck. We're going to see exactly what's going on. Do you think Vaporeon VMAX and Lapras VMAX could work out? So Vaporeon VMAX, correct me if I'm wrong, gathers Pokemon from, like, summons them in play. So it's a good way to get things out. So I'm just gonna refresh myself. So put a psychic Pokemon from your discard pile onto your bench, and if you do, attach 3 energy cards from your discard pile to that Pokemon. I mean, I think it's okay. Yeah, missing energy attachments is huge. Having weakness to metal type is huge. Not having Path to the Peak is huge. I am honestly at a point where I do not know if this deck is remotely better than Ice Rider or other water type decks. In theory, it should be good, but really struggling with the energy requirements here. Have you considered playing a 1/1 Ice Rider Calyrex to get a powerful attacker as an option? I have not. Yo, Gilson, what's poppin'? Okay, so reasonably, I need to play a supporter here, and I think the supporter that I'm going to end up playing is going to be Research, because I need a lot of stuff. Do you think there will be any good stall options in this new format? Not sure. They didn't really release a lot of great kind of stalling cards available. Yeah, you're good, you're good. Let's go ahead and go search my deck for Capacious Buckets. I'm actually just going to search for both energies. Zach, do you think Leafeon V is enough to deal with Glaceon VMAX ability? I don't know. That's the thing, like, we gotta look at this deck and be like, is it like a Zamazenta V deck? If I was playing like a Luke Metal deck in this matchup, I'd probably be losing too. So regardless if I hit the matchup or not, it really doesn't matter. Is there a point for me to go Scoop Up Net on any of my Pokemon? No, there is not. I do want to discard the extra energy for Melanie purposes, but yeah, we're gonna go kind of vibe out like this. We did get out the Glaceon VMAX. Yeah, I think we want to probably add in a couple capture energies, so I'm going to update the list a little bit. Hey, Lord Mike, what's poppin'? And then we have the Frozen Awakening attack, which should work out pretty well. I'm going to go Chaotic Swell in case they need another energy or something like that. So, I mean, we did get a decent setup. Like, we can recover, and we're going to have a turn 3 Max Icicle. So not a turn 2 Max Icicle, but a turn 3 doesn't seem bad. I think adding Capture Energy into this deck sounds very good. So we're going to update this deck actually mid-deck profile. And then I'm going to update the list. So they went Marshadow, blah. I still think Medicham is very good in this deck, but I'm still trying to figure this out. And that's why, like, I think, like, the more games that I just have in play with this format, like, I don't think that I'm going to go ahead and play Glaceon VMAX. I think Glaceon VMAX can be very good because Crystal Veil is a very good ability. However, it gets better post-rotation where there is no tag team Pokemon to deal with, because this is really one of the big issues that we have with the format. Yo, random dude, what's poppin'? How's it going? Yeah, I feel like we're in a really bad situation because they could just take us down. There's their extra energy. Cool. Yep, so I feel like we are gonna get absolutely bopped here. So typically for Ice Rider, this is a favorable matchup, and we are struggling against it. Yeah. Gonna give our opponent the well played because we literally cannot win this game. They're just gonna knock us out. We have no respawns, and they're just gonna like take out our other Pokemon. Let's go ahead and go to Deck Manager. So I typically don't update these decks while we're doing the video, but it is one of those things where I feel like Capture Energy at the least sounds like it could be really good. So I'm gonna go ahead add a couple Capture Energies. I really don't see a reason why not. Yeah, I'm doing really good today. I'm actually having a really great week. So I want to keep everything the same. I think most of the deck is going to stay the same. I don't know if a Snowleaf badge actually makes, like, I think we could play one and get away with it. That to me seems like a fair choice. I feel like our requirements, all of those sound really good. With us having the extra ones, I think we could actually even get rid of a Glaceon V. Although I do like how Glaceon V, you could go second and just evolve. And that sounds fine. So starting with Glaceon V sounds really good. I actually don't even know if Articuno, like Articuno turns with Inteleon sounds very good, but I feel like you could get stuck and it could be awkward. It's one of those things where it's kind of not fun all the time. I'm actually just gonna forego the Articuno, I think. I mean, maybe Rod isn't necessary. That's fair. Yeah, you're fine, because we added a couple energies. It was one of the reasons why I cut the energy, so that's a great call, actually. So I'm gonna go ahead here, and we're gonna try another game with this list. I'm gonna update the list in the description. Yeah, the next Pokemon set will be the biggest set ever. Yeah, that sounds like it's going to be a tough one to deal with. So let's go ahead and go like that. So we just added in a couple more energies. I think capture energy is something that I just originally missed. So I'm gonna go ahead and update the list in the description so that everyone has access to the correct list. And we're gonna call tails here. We lost the coin flip, so I think we're actually fine to go either first or second, which is like kind of a nice plus. This hand seems awkward because we don't really have a great hand, but that's okay. Depending on the matchup that we hit, they might just struggle a little bit. We literally are hitting dark deck, dark deck, dark deck, dark deck. It seems nice to draw at least an extra card. I don't really have too much complaints. Now, I think we have to go for a Sobble automatically. There's really nothing else in this deck that you could really remotely grab. Getting that energy in the discard pile seems fine. I'm going to go ahead here and attach for my turn, and then I'm going to pass. If we get a Melanie or a Drizzile, we are in business for next turn. Otherwise, we are struggling. Again, I think this deck is probably much better post-rotation. That's my current thought process on the deck. It is a good post-rotation deck. And we'll see how that plays out. Yeah, it's definitely not a bad deck. I think it has amazing art as well. But it struggles against decks that don't play VMAX decks, and that's probably VMAX Pokemon. I'm excited. I'm going for all-you-can-eat sushi later on tonight. It should be amazing. It's a really good spot. So we're gonna see exactly what goes on here. Like, it looks like they're struggling to decide what they're doing with the Bellaba and Bryson Man, or just choosing the correct Pokemon, or I don't know. I think that this deck is just really good right now. It gains so much. And you know what? It's cool because we're probably gonna end up covering this on the channel as well. So, We're just really waiting on what our opponent's going to do. They got a bunch of energies attached to their Pokemon. I mean, the Galarian Moltres is really not the scariest Pokemon to be dealing with. But if we can get a turn 2 Glaceon going off, I feel really good about that. Now, the issue is if they can get out a Darkrai Umbreon and really just hit us for a Dark Moon GX. I'll see if I can get to Jolteon VMAX. I actually don't own Jolteon VMAX right now. So we got a boss, and that's not going to really do too much for us. It makes it actually incredibly difficult for us to get everything we want. I'm actually going to use... I should have checked through my deck with Capacious Bucket. That being said, I'm just going to go like this. Attach an energy for my turn. And I'm just going to go boss and go for a defensive boss to try to bring up a Pokemon. I'm going to bring up this Pokemon. I think that seems fair-ish. We could retreat. I don't think it's worthwhile to retreat. So we're just trying to get built up. Glaceon VMAX not hitting VMAX Pokemon is going to be pretty tough. So if we hit like a Rapid Strike Urshifu, I'd feel a lot better. I'm totally just trying to have a Kit Kat for like half lunch right now. So, word. This is so bad. Literally, like, they're about to go Umbreon, Darkrai, GX, move the energy, so we literally lose this game as well because we're going to be stuck with a single Sobble. Awesome. So, we're trying to win a game with this deck here, peeps. Maybe Glaceon is really just not as good as we would want it to be. We'll go second. I think this deck might actually be better going second. Maybe they're playing a fire-type deck? I honestly cannot tell. Going second with a Glaceon, let's go! So we can go turn 1, Frozen Awakening. And we hit, maybe we hit Welder Rayquaza. Yeah, it does not seem like it's a great option pre-rotation. But that's okay. We're going to always check out our other decks and see what we have going on. Really, again, not looking like a great start here. It seems like it might just have too much stuff to really, like, keep it going. Like, if I had access to, what's it called? If I had access to a Level Ball, I can grab a Drizzile and start powering things up. But right now, it looks like it's better to play Luke Metal. Yeah, I think it's worthwhile to hold them as well. I don't know if we're like playing against a Greenzard deck or whatever we're playing against. The Crushing Hammer is actually almost better here for us if they get ahead because of Melanie, because we need to top deck things. Yeah, I'll definitely have to give that deck a try. Seems quite good. That's fine, we still knock those Pokemon out. Heads. You'll never see me request a Crushing Hammer Heads again, but That's what we're looking for. Okay, looks like we are going all in on the whole research play, because we're not using Medicham, we're not doing anything, we are absolutely pitching this away. Come on, give us an energy. Are you serious? That is sad. That is a sad, sad, sad world where we are not getting the energy. So, Keldeo GX might be good until rotation in this deck. It could be good. We don't have a good way to power it up. That's the issue. I probably want to put another Glaceon down. We're going to retreat into this Pokemon and really see what we could do here. I think we're just going to send up the Sacrificial Glaceon V and eventually try to power up our Glaceon VMAX. So again, I do want to note that we have not hit a non-VMAX deck. We have not hit a VMAX deck. We've only hit tag team decks. Even though this deck is fire, we are not doing anything with Crystal Veil. That is the main drawing point of this deck. Cool, I'm still fine with this. Okay, sick. So we have Capacious Buckets. And that allows us to get things. We don't have a way to really make, we don't have a really way to, like, accelerate our starts, but, like, we're fine. I'm gonna go Level Ball for a Drizzile. Go Drizzile for, like, a... I don't even know. Let's go ahead and grab just an Evolution Incense as long as we have this dude. Yep, we are cool with that. And we're just going to try to boss orders and steal the game from our opponent. So we're going to go ahead here and pass, leaving the Glaceon V there. I really don't see a reason not to put this down. I think that Glaceon may need some Dedennes as it requires 3 energies. It really might require the Dedennes. But I mean, at the same time, you could also just, like, carefully sit there. Like, it's one of those things where, like, I think it's a bad idea to make a deck not good. Or, sorry, to try to make a deck that isn't good, good. Like, there's no reason for us to reinvent the wheel. I've literally brought up multiple points why Ice Rider or maybe even Suicune Inteleon are better decks. Glaceon is literally just not the deck that we want to be looking over right now. Oh, and they're just going to bring us up. Interesting. Cool. I mean, let's try to get things set up here with the correct Pokemon. Let's go for Inteleon. Looks like they might be struggling a little bit, so let's go for it. Quick Ball Melanie? I don't know. I'm gonna go for Melanie and maybe just like a Level Ball sounds fine. Yeah, I think there's really not too much else that I want to be doing here. So let's go ahead and grab a Sobble. Attach an energy for a turn because we can't use Melanie yet. I'm just going to evolve this one in case they try to, like, reset Stamp or Marnie us. We are going to go for the knockout, though, and I might as well place this in case they play, like, Heat Fire Energy. So, I mean, we did draw 3 prize cards with our first attack, so technically we're ahead of our opponents. We're just struggling a little bit with the setup here. And this really might not be the best. This deck is great at stopping VMAX Pokemon. Not great at too much else. So I think Glaceon is just not worthwhile to play. Unless, of course, there's another thing, like maybe Glaceon Decidueye might be a good deck or something. I don't see a reason why you wouldn't want to be playing Zamazenta. This deck so far has not presented anything better than Luke Metal for me. I'd rather be playing Luke Metal against a fire type deck. So they knocked us out, Lamau. Let's send up Sacrificial Glaceon V. I think that sounds fine. I'm gonna go ahead and let's go Melanie first. Melanie here. Attach an energy. Put down another Sobble. Quick ball this. Quick ball for another Sobble if we have one. Could have gone for like an Articuno play maybe. Cryogonal would take the energy away, and it's better to just attach to the Glaceon VMAX. So next turn we have Drizzile, Snowleaf Badge, Energy Game. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead here and pass. If they try to knock out this Pokemon, they lose the game. If they do not touch our hand, we could just win the game. So we'll see how that plays out. That is really not good. We are likely going to lose due to Crushing Hammer. Unless, of course, they decide to attack us with Reshizard. That'd be really funny. There's a High Heat Blast, so they are sitting on a potential dub next turn. Let's go Level Ball. Search our deck for Drizzile. I'm gonna go for a Melanie because we probably just need Melanie. Let's go ahead and go Melanie onto this Pokemon. Attach this here. It sounds okay. I just think it's a lot going on in a single deck. So we're gonna go Snowleaf Badge and hope that they don't have Boss. And then I'm going to pass here. And again, tag teams are really going to be the big issue that we are facing here. So they do have greens. Maybe they play another Pokemon catcher. Like the Pokemon catcher in their deck is actually like kind of spooky. Hopefully they get Tails on Pokemon catcher. I'd literally be losing. Okay, cool. We probably win this game. Like, I hope so. They should not be using High Heat Blast at all, for what it's worth. They should be trying to leave this stranded. Yeah. So they're just literally giving us the free win. So, I mean, we are able to take a game. It doesn't necessarily seem like much, but it is against a tag team deck, regardless of whatever they're weak to. Our goal is to block their attacks. So there's the knockout, 300 damage there. And we are going to take our first dub against a deck that's weak to water. Awesome. So maybe Glaceon, again, might not be the hottest deck that we've seen. But we can go ahead here and try out some more stuff. And my goal is just trying to show as many new decks as we have out of this set. Manu Bar Poke 91. Well, so we'll go with the Hello. Oh, I totally have the wrong sleeves on this deck. Maybe it's better to go first. I've thought about it a little bit more. I think it's actually better to go first, because you want to... Maybe it is better to go second. It's just like if you don't get the energy and Frozen Awakening off, it feels kind of bad. But maybe that's not so bad. I honestly, like... We are weak to our opponent's deck, so that is something also to note. Let's go Sobble here. Would I recommend? I would not invest in a Rayquaza deck right now. I don't think it's worthwhile right now. So Rayquaza is a deck that I think is, I'd probably wait it out a little bit. Get past the initial hype. So we did hit a Luke Metal deck, as far as I can tell. Probably not a great matchup. No energies. Okay, we take those. Let's go for another Glaceon. We're gonna try our best though, to try to make this the best we possibly can. Let's go for a Drizzile. We'll make sure that we can search out. I think we want to go for like a research here. And I'm gonna go ahead and try to go for a quick ball play. So again, this is just another one of those matchups where it's just like not a great matchup. Glaceon, I think, is just not great in this particular format. Try to play it, like, try to build it yourself if you really want to, but it's literally the worst new deck that I've played, worse than like a poor Rayquaza build, stuff like that. Like, it literally is just not it. Let's go Capture Energy. Search your deck for a Sobble. And at this point, I think I'm fine just going Frozen Awakening to get set up. Like, it does have a lot of really cool ways to get set up. It just seems like this is like literally an impossible matchup due to weakness. We could go Snowleaf Badge to stop our weakness, but... yeah, so they're going to take away all of our hard-earned energies. We're not going to have an answer to their Zamazenta. So, I mean, my next best thing is going Melanie. Searching out here, grabbing another Sobble. Using Level Ball to go ahead and grab a Drizzile. And hoping that they just, like, do not have other metal goggles, I think. It sounds like a really good plan. Let's go for a Snowleaf Badge so that they just don't start doing a bunch of damage to us. And let's go ahead for Water Deck. Water Deck, yo, Xenon, what's poppin'? I'm not going to evolve that one yet. It just doesn't seem worthwhile. We're going to go for this Inteleon to start doing some extra damage. Watch out for metal goggles here, peeps, because the abilities cannot put damage counters on them. So we're going to try to isolate the Pokemon that we can put damage counters on. Now, they can go attack. Again, we've only hit tag team decks. I think tag teams are probably at their most powerful right now. Let's go ahead here and... I think I just go ahead and pass. So we're really waiting on what our opponent can do. I'm fine with a Marnie. Personally, there's nothing crazy as long as we're able to get an energy. We didn't have access to another Drizzile or Inteleon. So we have an energy, we have an Inteleon. I really have no complaints here. But it just seems like it's going to be incredibly tough to deal with. And what does the badge do? Oh, okay, sure, yeah. So it if it has Glaceon or Leafeon in its name, no retreat cost, no weakness. So it's really going to be helpful against this deck, although it's going to be hard to attack through these other Pokemon. So I am going to go ahead here and go Inteleon. And I don't know what's the best way for me to deal with things. I know Chaotic Swell's not going to really do too much. I think I'm going to go ahead and go Quick Ball, and Melanie probably is the best options that I have right now. Because we have no more Drizzile in our deck. We have a couple in our prize cards. Yep. So we're going to go Quick Ball here, just grab something out of the deck. Yeah, so it's not bad. Just really trying to experiment with these new decks, seeing what we could maybe do here or there. We're going to go Quick Shooting there. And we can start using Max Icicle, so that's pretty nice. I just want to read how this card works. So prevent all damage done by this Pokemon, but from your opponent's Pokemon VMAX. We are a VMAX Pokemon, so we would not be able to do this. The Pokemon takes 30 from your opponent's attacks, so we can only hit the Lily's Pokédoll. So make sure that you always read through things like that. So we are able to go for 90 damage there. Again, nothing crazy. Like, we are doing 90, they are doing 150. Our rate of damage is not as good as our opponents. That is why we are likely going to lose this game. It gets even worse when we do 0 and they do 130. So I'm fine with the 90, 150 at this moment. It's really not great. But we're not in a great position to be drawing prize cards. So they'll knock us out next turn. Yeah, reasonably, I should just be setting this up. I should be going ahead, Quick Shooting again. Really nothing that I want to be doing because we have the energies in our hands. So let's go ahead and Max Icicle. Obviously, I can't hit the Sobble CRE. I can't hit either one. But, yeah. They could also go like Mallow and Lana switch, and that would literally be going, yo, Texas Brown, what's good? It's going okay. We're trying Glaceon VMAX today. It's good at stopping VMAX Pokemon. There's the Mallow Lanas, as I literally said so. So our damage output is really low. We've only been hitting tag team decks. I've come to the conclusion that no one should be playing Glaceon VMAX pre-rotation. Even if it's your favorite card, just play it post-rotation, where there's no more tag teams and decks are just like more VMAX based. So they're really just not healing. They should have definitely healed there. So our opponent like made kind of big mistake, but like whatever. It's not like we're in like a great spot either. Because now we're at the mercy of, cool, let's go ahead and go like this. Maybe they won't be able to get energies or metal goggles for the rest of the game. That is currently our stretch goal. So let's go Quick Shooting, place that there. We're gonna go knock out the active, and we're gonna go swing on the bench. Yo, Pastor. It's been so long. Come estos. Sorry, Pastor, you're gonna have to remind me how it is. I'm doing well. I'm gonna have to ask Michelle. Babe, Pastor isn't there. He said, "Como estos?" What am I supposed to say?
Oh,
I forget. You're the
how
one.
do you write it? Come on, it's like...
Estamos. Como estamos. Michelle's thinking too. It's been too long.
Oh, man. Melanie is my friend. I'm gonna say my friend.
Yo, Jeremy, what's good?
I have no clue.
We have no clue.
Eskimos. Is it like... after afternoon? Is it that?
So I guess it's going, bien, como te va is basically what I'm looking for. I could be completely wrong. This deck is good. I'm hitting a matchup where I'm weak to them. Luckily, I have one badge in my deck that I've already gone through that stops the weakness. So really, we're just struggling here. We are having a big old fun time of not being able to do enough. Search your deck for up to one trainer card and put it into your hand. Of course I want to put one trainer card in my hand. Why would I not want to put one trainer card in my hand? I think Air Balloon is probably just going to be the correct call here. I'm going to Air Balloon into the Articuno. I'm going to be looking here again. Probably for a Scoop Up Nets, if I've ever seen one. I'm going to build up this Pokemon because it actually can do the most. SMO's bien comment tu vas is what I think you were looking for. Okay, cool. It's really one of those things where I am not like, I've never had any kind of Spanish class or anything like that. So my bad. If it's close enough to French where like I can sometimes like do okay. But Michelle is French first, and as a lot of people may or may not know, I am not particularly well versed in French, even though I have the like super French last name. So this is looking kind of bad. Yikes. So we're gonna set up this because it has free retreat. That's literally better. There's nothing that's stopping our free retreat. We're really doing good. We're just really not getting set up. That's the bigger issue. And we don't even have any of the other dudes. So let's go ahead and try to thin this out of our hands. You could just say SMO's bien. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I think it means like, how is your afternoon?
I'm literally the one who told you that, and I'm so not sure about this. Do not rely on me for that one. Google Translate it.
How are you? I think that's literally what it is. I'm trying to play at the same time. There's so much stuff going on. I love you lots. Okay, so we're trying to like smoke this Pokemon.
If you want to say how are you, why not say come on?
I don't know.
Why make it harder than it needs?
I don't know. So I'm doing 120 minus 30, 90. So I actually have to go Scoop Up Net here to try to get the knockout on this Pokemon. And then probably lose the next turn, but like, who's counting? So now we go there. I mean, I'm trying to play the best I possibly can, and we're bringing it like close, but this is really just a bad matchup. So if I'm able to get an energy, I can go ahead and Aqua Bullets. Boom, there's the Aqua Bullets. And if they don't get an energy for the rest of the game, we have a chance. Aqua Bullets, let's go. Knockout, we got past that. So, like, I mean, playing level up here, Glaceon level down here. And unfortunately, us having Inteleon does not matter because they're going to stop us with their metal goggles. They could just go boss's orders here. Oh, they don't have the boss yet. Now, I guess they run into the fickle problem of I'm doing... Yeah, I think we still lose no matter what, unless they decide to bench something out of nowhere that is like a Zacian or something like that. Oh, they're going Intrepid Sword. What? Why? Did I play Reset Stamp already? Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and just try this because we should have access to Marnie in our deck. Let's try to like stop them from getting boss as long as humanly possible. I don't know why I clicked that again. That was totally a mistake. So let's go boss's orders. I currently do not have a Pokemon that can hit very hard. I can do one... I can't take away that. So I can do 60 damage here, 90 damage. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And the extra damage, you can see that it's not going to matter. I don't have any kind of stop them attack, like paralysis or anything. So I'm going to go ahead here and... Did I not grab a Marnie? I thought I grabbed Marnie. Okay, cool. I guess I did not grab Marnie. I was totally thinking I grabbed Marnie and did not grab Marnie. So the whole plan was to Marnie to lower their hand size. But if they have a boss, if they did not have a boss, we're in a really good spot. Yeah, they had boss. Cool. So we were in a terrible spot regardless. It's just, this is not a particularly good matchup. I don't think Glaceon is particularly a great deck right now because it doesn't really hold its own in our metagame. So awesome. We lost majority of our games with Glaceon. So it's not busted, it is the opposite of busted. Let's go over to the deck manager and look it over quick before we kind of sign off here today. Just like a quick deck profile. So the problems that we ran into here are that Glaceon has Crystal Veil. It's great against VMAX Pokemon, but we currently live in a game where there are tag team Pokemon. That is my biggest issue with this deck, is that it's not that I'm running into other Glaceon VMAX, is that I'm not running into enough VMAX decks. VMAX decks also can attack you with V Pokemon. So that's really a huge issue when it comes to this. Max Icicle also costs 3 energies, which is a little bit lower. So if we look into other Pokemon into our collection, we have the brand new Suicune, and Suicune just seems like it's going to be better with Fleet-Footed because you could use Blizzard Rondo with a Melanie turn 2. Or you could just use it turn 2 anyways by powering it up. So you could either go Blizzard Rondo turn 1 or turn 2, which is very good. You also have, if that's not enough for you, you also have Ice Rider, Calyrex, VMAX with Ride of the High King, Max Lance, also much more of a kind of established deck here. So the issue is we have an unestablished deck that is using a core of another deck. So I mean, the Inteleon line and everything else is good, but I've never once been able to be like, I'm placing damage counters with Max Icicle and then been able to place damage counters with Inteleon, then place damage with Medicham or anything else like that. So I think overall, this deck is not worthwhile to play. Once tag teams and things get rotated out, VMAX Pokemon will be more abundant. Out of the past 4 matchups, we hit Dark Box, Reshazard, Luke Metal. We hit 4 tag team decks. Tag team decks are very good and format defining. So just kind of letting everyone know, I do not stand behind this deck. I do not think it's very great. The list is probably the best is what we're going to see. It doesn't really matter what the list is. You can get it, whatever. Your opponent's going to find a way to attack through Crystal Veil. So your opponent's damage output is going to be much higher than you and quicker than you. And that's really where your issues are going to come from. So, word. That's what we got going on for this video today. Hopefully you enjoyed watching it. Tried my best whenever possible to see exactly what's going on. But it is one of those things where this deck is just not where it's at. Many decks will improve after rotation. Glaceon VMAX is one of them. Facts. So really just try to improve after rotation. Anyways, that being said, if you haven't already, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to check out the list in the description if you're looking for a good core for post-rotation. Most of the deck, if not all of the deck, is really post-rotation. So totally check that out. That being said, I gotta do a lot of other things today, so I'll catch up with everyone later. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and peace out.